Hello, hello, hello. I am the Linux Mench. Rofi is an app that you can install in your window managers to open up your applications. And it's not tied to any specific window manager. You can use it in any window manager. Now, I never used Rofi before. I once played with it a couple years ago for 5 minutes, but at the time I didn't like it. But now I'm using it, and I installed it in my DWM install. And actually, I even installed it on my real bare metal computer. So today I'm going to take a quick look at it. So let's get to it. So today I'm in, my bare metal computer. I'm in Arch Linux with the awesome window manager. And take a look at this. It's minus 13 degrees. Ooh. Anyways, that's besides the fact. So I have a virtual machine open up and on workspace 8. So let's click it on and let's make it full screen. So this is the install I used from my DWM video that I made a few days ago. And it's Arch Linux with the DWM window manager and my configuration file installed with my new installer script. And of course, it has Dmenu installed. Well, I mean, I showed this in my last video, and you all know this anyways, but if you do a mod key, and like I said before, nowadays my mod key is the Alt key rather than the Windows Super key. And Alt key opens up Dmenu, and of course you can pick an app like that, eh? And let's just close that. And of course I have key bindings in here. I have lots of key bindings, and my Alt key or the mod key, mod key F will also open up Firefox. You can open up that way as well. And I already showed this in my last video on DWM that I made a few days ago. Let's close this. And what we're going to do is install Rofi. Now, even before we do that, let's open up a terminal and let's cd into my Mench folder. And let's do a git pull because I updated my Mench folder this morning. I'm going to do git pull. There we are. It's done. Let's clear the screen and let's cd into Arch DWM. Let's ls it and let's go into this installer file right here. Let's vim into it. So this morning, so this is just in case you didn't watch my other videos, this is a simple script I made to install DWM and to copy my configuration files over to it. And it's going to install it from source. And I already made a video on this a few days ago. And if you didn't watch it, you're free to go and watch it. I hope you do. So this morning, I added Rofi to line 11. So it's going to download Rofi. And I also added line 18 to my install script, where it's going to copy my configuration file of Rofi into the home directory in the .config folder. Now, I'm not going to run the script because I already have DWM installed. Okay, so if you use my script to install DWM in your Arch system, after you watch this video, it's automatically going to install Rofi, and it's going to copy the configuration file where it needs to be. And I think I just repeated myself. Okay, so let's get out of there. Let's quit. But I'm not going to do that because I already have DWM installed. What I'm going to do is, let's cd out of there. Let's clear the screen. And let's just install Rofi the manual way. Sudo pacman s Rofi. Put my password in. Hit enter. Okay. Let's close the screen. And let's open up Dmenu. Alt-P opens up Dmenu. And I'm going to type in Rofi. Let's hit enter. So this is what you get. Rofi is unsure what to show. So in Rofi, doesn't work right out of the box. You have to make a configuration file. If you hit escape, it's going to take you out of there. Now you could open up a terminal and you could do this too, Rofi. You get the same thing, okay? So if you install, after you watch this video, if you use my script to install DWM, like I said, it's going to automatically install Rofi and my Rofi configuration file. So the first time you open it up, that's not going to happen. But if you already have DWM installed, you don't want to run my script because you don't want to reinstall DWM, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to do this. You're going to clear the screen. What you're going to do is you're going to cd into Mench. You're going to do a git pull. Now it's already up to date for me because I updated it at the beginning of the video, right? And you're going to cd into Arch DWM. You're going to ls it, and you're going to type in this command, copy dash capital R. You want to make sure it's a capital R. This Rofi folder to tilde slash dot config. I'm going to hit enter. Just like that. Now we are going to, and I'm going to go into CD builds, ls it. I'm going to go into CD Wm. I'm going to go into, I'm going to vim into .config.h. So if you used my installer before I made this video, you're not going to have line 62 in there. I added line 62 to my configuration file for DWM. And then I also added down here in this block 64 to 70, I had a line to open up Ramina, and I took that out. So line 82 used to state that if you type in the mod key R, it's going to open up Ramina, an app that I use to remote into other computers. I changed that to open up Rofi. So like I said, if you use my installer after watching this video, it's going to install all this for you. But if you use my installer before I made this video, this is not going to be there. If you already installed DWM, you're also going to want to do this. You are going to want to cd back into Mench, cd into arch /DWM /ls it, and you're going to want to copy this configuration file over. If you're doing a fresh install of DWM using my installer, you don't have to do this. Only if you installed it before I made this video, you're going to have to do cp config.h to tilde / builds DWM, like that. You're going to copy it over. Then you're going to cd out of there. You're going to cd into builds DWM, and you're going to do sudo make clean install. And you only have to go through this step if you already installed this before I made the video. Okay, now we're going to close the screen, and let's do mod key R, or my alt key R, and there's Rofi. Okay, so let's see, we want to open up Xterm. There's Xterm. Mod key R. Let's see, we want to open up Firefox. There's Firefox. Okay, let's close it. Mod key R. And it has memory, so the most recent ones that you opened up are going to be there. Mod key R. Let's open up PCman FM. And you can use your mouse too, eh? There's PCman FM. Why am I showing my hidden files? Okay, so let's close it. Mod key R. And like I said, all your apps are in here, and the most current ones that you call up are going to be there, and it even has icons. Now, let's say you want to change the theming. Oops, mod key R, Rofi, there it is there. Theme, you can use your mouse to click it on if you want. Okay, now you can change the theming. So let's say, I don't know, what's this Glue Pro by Rassi? So telling you can preview the theme by hitting enter. So let's hit enter, and that's the theme there. And you can preview another theme. Let's try Arthur by Q-Ball. I don't know what that is. Oh, I don't like that one. So you can change the way your menu looks. You can do Grub Box Dark. And when you find a theme you like, it's telling you right here, Alt A to accept a new theme. I'm not going to change the theme. I like this one, nice and blue. And if you change the theme, I'm going to show you what it's going to do. Let's do .config, let's ls it, and let's go into the Rofi folder right here. Okay, let's cd into Rofi. Let's clear the screen, let's ls it, and let's vim into config. So this is the configuration for Rofi. This is my configuration. It's a very basic, simple configuration because I'm brand new in Rofi, and like I'm not a developer or whatever. I'm just a hobbyist. So this is my configuration. So if you want to change the font at the end of line 5, you can change that 16 to 12 or 14 or 20, whatever number you want it to be. You know, if you want the font to be smaller or larger, change that number. If you want to change the style of the font, then you could change the monospace bold to whatever you have in your system and the font that you prefer to have. And if you look at line 8, the icon theme is Papyrus, but you can change it to whatever you want. Line 9, the terminal is ST. You can change that as well to Xterm or Alacrity or whatever you want. So that configuration file, that block at the top, you can manipulate it the way you want it to be. And when you change the font, so you see right here on line 16, Right now I'm using dark blue Rassi. But when you change the font, it's automatically going to change it in here, and I'm going to show you. And then I'm going to close the video. So let's just go to another workspace. Let's go to Rofi theme selector. And what's this fancy too? Oh, that's different. I don't really like it, but let's just do it. So to save it, because we're just previewing now, and if you want to get out of here, you're just going to hit escape, right? Let's go back there. Now you notice that the Rofi theme selector is number 1. So your most current are going to be at the top. Let's hit it. And where was that one? That was a weird one, eh? Here it is. So if you want to save that, if you like that theme, then you're going to do Alt-A to accept a new theme. So Alt-A. And now let's open it. And there's oh, that's kind of different. Kind of like that in a way. Although I prefer dark themes, especially when I'm using the computer at night. So now let's go back to our configuration file. Let's go back into it. So it's telling you right here, the theme we're now using, so it has, and this is nice too, so it automatically, when you do that, it automatically changes my personal configuration file. And what I like about it is that it shows the previous themes that I used in case I want to go back to them. I like that. I really, really like that. And that's it. In this video, I showed you how to use Rofi in DWM. And as a matter of fact, Rofi is not tied to DWM. Rofi can be used in any window manager. And I showed you how I updated my installer script for DWM to add Rofi to it, and how it's automatically going to install Rofi for you and install my configuration file for Rofi in your home directory. And I also showed you that if you already installed DWM using my installer, or your own installer for that matter, if you already did that before watching this particular video, I showed you how to copy my Rofi configuration file into your home directory. And I also showed you how I've changed and updated my DWM configuration file in my installer to include Rofi. And I also showed you how to copy my DWM configuration file into your home directory and rebuild it in case you already installed DWM. And I'll just reiterate that if you've never installed DWM, you don't have to do that. You can just use my installer, and it's going to include Rofi. And I also showed you how to change the Rofi theme. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I am the Linux Mench.